We're not going to describe anything that happened just before.
Roman Reigns had an orgasm in the middle of the ring.
Is now, once again, the new head of the tape. Why are you giving me that look?
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Well, did I miss something?
Click
I
the
thought.
next slide.
Did I miss something? I thought he grabbed the Sting. He is now once again head of the table.
He grabbed his thing, and he made that face in the middle of the ring.
He made the face. I thought Fox 8 News came up right after. This is the sweet moment of the week brought to you by BA Sweeties.
He got booted by a fucking boot. I'm sorry. Listen, so you wanted to make EC3 and that stuff our sweet moment of the week because we've got good reach with all of our clips with him, and obviously the episode we had with them last week, or I think it was the week before, whatever it was, last week I think, was the most viewed full episode we've had so far at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, the dude came out in a boot and just beat the shit out of the guy that was champion for 4 years. I mean, EC3 understands. He's going to have a great weekend, but that guy had a great Friday night. That was insane. And again, Jacob Fatu, I guess a broken foot or whatever it is not going to stop that fucking lunatic with a record going out there and just kicking people in the face. So awesome.
So we thought this whole time, oh, well, they're going to keep them apart for a long, long time. Well, a long time became 3 days.
Yeah, I was going to pull that clip, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. But you know what, though? This is good news because this tells maybe, I don't want to jump to conclusions, and I don't know if Roman is scheduled to work the next two live or pay-per-views, premium live events. But if he is, or at least he could work one of them, then at least we will see him as solo at least.
Yeah.
And then, who knows, maybe we do get this match before Survivor Series. If not, I like your idea of perhaps getting this match, in 2025, but they might be fast-tracking Jacob Fatu right now. I don't know. We'll see.
I think that they wanted to include him in this to just show, hey, even when he's hurt, he's still a badass and better than most people. I think you're looking probably at Roman and Solo at Bad Blood.
Okay.
Which, again, they're trying to build that show up. It's in Atlanta, all that stuff.
Coming up early October.
Yeah. So I think that's probably when you're going to get that match. And then Survivor Series will be the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline, whatever. But Jacob Fatu is going to be just moving on up that that caveat where you saw even when he got hurt, he was barking orders at Solo to do things. And Solo was listening. Solo was like, cool. Solo during this show was basically saying, hey, if Roman beats me, he can take the Ulafala. He can do this. He can, we will acknowledge him if he can take this from me, that kind of stuff. Like, it just seems like he's not going to be the leader for long. And I think Triple H has been really good at pivoting, and people have been in awe of this guy. They like Solo. Solo's been getting over as a heel and all that stuff, and I think he still has a place. But
there's somebody I talked to today who does not like Solo. More on that in a moment.
Which, hey, not everyone's cup of tea. We get that because he's already been on the roster for a while, so it's an adjustment for him, too, being in this role. But there's no denying Jacob Fatu. And then once he's able to talk more, it's going to be... Imagine Solo's build, but then he's actually like even better at promos. You know that. Like it's going to be insane. And again, 34 or whatever, how old he is, he's going to be one of those next guys with Jay and with some of the other ones that are just going to lead this whole thing into the future while Roman kind of maybe moves to more of a part-time basis, and Solo, whatever he does, is what he does.
So I wonder, because the wheels were turning for a little bit, even this week, just thinking about this angle. First off, is Jacob Fatu, will he ultimately be appointed as the leader? I don't know if it's a smart question to ask if he's really the leader, because if he's really the leader, you're not taking orders from somebody else unless it's The Rock. But, where does Solo's in the family, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Solo's
the cousins are, but the
Tongans are technically
but they're not, they are, but they're like distant cousins.
They're very distant, and I think honestly, there's even a chance maybe they aren't physically related. Mm-hmm. But it's also just because the Pacific Islanders, that kind of stuff, they stick together. But I told you, the Samoans and the Tongans hate each other. So I mean, that's documented.
I wonder how that would play in with Survivor. This is why the Survivor, who I cannot believe this. We're months away from War Games, but it's all coming together, and it's beautiful to watch. I wonder, even within the Temu bloodline, what's going to be the inner workings of that.
You can't keep losing. That's the thing. You can't have. Which again,
they have to. Yeah,
they did a good job of saying, "Hey, us complete can beat Roman, so Roman's going to have to get help."
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if maybe you don't see Roman this coming Friday and the following Friday because they're going to be in Berlin too and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's scheduled.
No, but the Friday after, I think that's when you're going to start seeing, because I think they're getting closer to moving to USA too.
There are conflicting reports of whether or not he will be on the first USA episode in mid-September or not, but he will definitely have a presence.
Yeah, of course. Well, he's going to be.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to be. I mean, that's one of the reasons why USA wanted to get SmackDown, because Roman's on the show. So,
one major detail, though, as this story progressed, two things. Number one, Paul Heyman had comments about this. He was like, all you've seen is Roman back on television. That's all you know. We don't know who Solo, what kind of help and resources Solo has. We don't know, that's also telling that this group is going to grow, could grow. We don't know what the next move is, even with Roman. Roman hasn't talked. We technically don't know his motivation behind all of this.
Well, we got an idea.
We have an idea, but
because
we don't
he put the
know.
follow on, so he obviously feels challenged and wants to get it back, but right now he's by himself, and that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
He can't handle 3-4 of these guys by himself. So the next question is, when does Jimmy come back? And then obviously the recruitment of Jay begins.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth person we've heard a lot. It could be Sami Zayn. They could bring in Hakulio, who's coming from New Japan. He's like 7 feet.
But even with him, whose side would he be?
Well, he would be obviously on Roman's side because he would recruit him. So it's 4-on-4 for the Survivor Series match. The Temu bloodline is set, I think. The only thing they could add is possibly a wise man. Doing something like Rikishi or something like that would be kind of really cool, because it would fuck over the Usos big time too.
That'd be something.